All right, we're testing Tube Spanner 6.0, 5.0. Weird issue where if I click Video Preview Injector, sometimes it loads. We'll try to recreate it. And sometimes it disappears. Not sure why it's disappearing, but the only fix I find is if we have this pinned. Obviously, we can. Oh, I can't even bring it back. Look, Danielle.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Okay, so that's pretty major. Um, so, okay, it worked that time. If I try to pick a thumbnail, like this one, we'll keep catchy title here. So sometimes what I noted was that the previewer doesn't actually go, but it seems to work now. But the whole video preview injector is causing some weird bugging issues. Color picker is not functioning as expected when it comes to, or is it? Nope. It'll pick the color if you look, but it won't actually draw the color. It keeps it black. But color picker works for the pointer tool. So if I click on that same blue area, pointer tool is blue, keeps it, and magnifier, it will keep it the same color. See, border works. And then the zoom I can pick, and that's working as expected. So that's working. Spotlight works great. Blur and Spotlight are working great. I actually used that in a stream recently, and people were really impressed. So great job, team. But video preview injector is having some problems. This is still very small for me. And I noticed that this now doesn't like automatically move. Is that on purpose, Danielle, or is that
Oh, that's another regression bug I'm logging right now.
yeah, because like now it just kind of stays at the top where before, which isn't bad, but before it moved. So I wasn't sure if that was on purpose or accident.
No change requested from me.
Hmm. My next thing is I wonder if this would be a good spot for do next. Like in extension, if we could push this up just a bit and then we have the do next tools here. What you could do next in extension.
We could do next in the extension right there. That's not a bad shout. Let's review that because we don't have do next in the extension at all at the moment.
Yeah,
So let's review that when we review do next.
that'd be great. I know that's in the roadmap, so I was just thinking out loud. I
Lovely
have
idea.
noticed that, oh, sorry to cut you off.
No, it's good.
We still don't have the version of this with achievements, and
We
I'm
don't know. It's
still
still
waiting on
focusing,
that.
still getting the bugs fixed, and the menu and the so no new features really, just fixing the bugs and the small and getting what we've already done to work properly.
I would argue that that's not a new feature. It's an existing one ported to extension, so I would need some clarity on what is the holdup there, since that is
But
such a beloved feature.
it's a new feature to the extension.
Okay. I would say that one's a pretty big priority since that's one of the ones people share the most across all the tools is that kind of stuff. So
Okay, well
just a
we can prioritize that next. We did have
perfect,
putting the double width planner, but we can put the achievements because I think we've already got a chunk of code for achievements done.
perfect. I still noticed that a lot of these recently used tools, even though I've clicked tools like Kim I can never get it to populate here. And I'm not
Again,
sure if
it's only because they haven't been that code hasn't been updated to
ah,
properly reflect that. Again, because we had some bugs in it and those are now fixed, so we can bring that in.
okay, amazing. I noticed right away the get ideas here.
Yeah.
One thing I thought was interesting is it doesn't save a behavior, but I haven't tested it in 6.5. So if I expand all and I go here and I come back, I expect the expand all behavior to stay expanded, if that makes sense.
Make expand sticky. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. I'll make a note of that.
Perfect. And again, I love that individually, if I want, I could do that or collapse all. That's working perfectly. More video ideas, I noticed, seems to work as expected, where it puts them at the bottom now.
Yes.
Although I did notice the general overall ones are now kind of bad ideas. Like none of these make sense, even to my channel.
One sec.
And that did not add 10 more ideas. That's broken. It did in an earlier version, but is not here. You see that?
Not yet. Hang on.
Instead of showing me how many ideas it generated and adding 10 more, we only seem to have 10. This one's a day in the life of a digital nomad 2026. We'll see if this actually is working as expected or it's bugged. All right, it's bugged. It said it's done, but nothing happened. Still having that weird issue where like exploring the future city of 2030. It's a little interesting. I'm going to switch to Charlie, hit get titles. Nothing seems to happen. Likewise, nothing is happening now that I've had a viewer selected. But it does keep over Charlie from this menu to the end, so that's great. But now I can't seem to get any ideas to generate now that I have a target selected. Pretty major bug. You seeing that, Daniel?
Yep. Make a note of that. This is really bad. This is the worst release in a long time.
Yes. So something happened between our current live and here, and this was also happening in the last one, but it wasn't happening in 6.48. So what happened between 9 and or 8 and 9 that caused this, you know?
This is a really bad regression issue. I thought we were past this sort of nonsense.
Okay, but now it's generated more. See that? We
Yeah.
now have 20, but that's like way past when I expected it to happen.
Yeah, and there was no spinner, there was no indication. It's all over the place.
Or did that happen from more ideas? And is that why Get Ideas isn't working? Or okay, it seems like Get Ideas now is working. So was that like a issue of it was doing it in the back end, but for me as a user, there was no indication?
It could well be. It was down the bottom and not being seen or something like that, perhaps.
Hmm.
And the spinner is not showing if it's doing anything.
I almost wonder now, since we have this huge space, should we just move more ideas right here? Or have
Uh-huh.
both options, one down here and one up here?
Let me just come back and have a look. Let's say that part again.
Should we
So
have the option here as well as here?
yeah, not a bad idea actually, because then you could see if it's doing something up there as well.
Yeah. Same for here, but this one works. So like when I have it selected through here, it follows through. That's great. But again, the idea is even with not an audience selected and even one that is selected, you know, it feels like some of these ideas feel bad. Like a day in the life of digital man nomad, I
Yeah,
guess, but
it's not reflecting your channel at all. It's as if it
no.
only reflects your channel when you've got an audience selected.
Yeah, and before it would, so not sure what happened in the in between there.
I've noticed that on the Tube Spanner channel as well, it's suddenly, and if you ask for ideas with no viewer selected, it's just generic. It's as if it's stopped using the default channel description.
So, how to protect your creativity and avoid burnout. Let's say I want this, more titles from this idea, does nothing. Rate this title, we'll open it here. But I still hate that it auto saves this. I think that should still be a choice I make. It should not just auto add it to here.
Yeah, that's I was testing that in dev today. That
Okay.
no longer does that. So
Amazing.
I'll share this with you after the call. I've made a change to the user interface where the drop down does not save anymore. it just stores your history of whatever you've typed. And there's a little load button in between the audience and the analyze to load saved projects in a drop down. Much more consistent to every other drop down menu in the world.
That other bug I found where is still broken. So if we go back to this one, then it's where in the suggestions, and this is why we can't have it just have everything saved because I would never want this again to ever show again.
Yeah.
If you hit suggestions, I expect it to enhance this. I would think it would do this for me. Like, if it says boost or enhance, I would expect it to do that, not add the entire text thing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I've been testing, and I do notice it carries over perfectly now from one to the other, even all the way to home run, the title here. So like there is some progress made, but there's also some, degradation, as you said. So
Yeah, it's regression, and I don't understand why it's happening. We've spent a lot of time this year fixing our Git, our repository work, so we don't lose previous fixes. But it feels as if we've just rolled back to an old broken version and pushed new code on top of it again. This is the crap we used to do a year or two ago. I don't know what's happened this week.
yeah, so look, this is why we have calls. And one thing I would say is I this is a great opportunity because it does actually. But this is where like when it's a suggestion, I would love to have a button, try this, or save this idea, or just like
Yeah,
something.
suggestion is meaningful, not just words. That seems pointless.
Because, well, it is right now.
Yeah.
So this one, I love this suggestion. Let's check, copy, paste, paste. Uh, why do I have to do this? I've never had to do this for any other tool. Allow
Yeah,
this.
it's a browser permission. It's for YouTube itself doesn't allow you to paste stuff unless you um
So I just
specific.
did this on TubeBuddy and vidIQ, and they've never asked me for this level of permission. So why do we have to and they don't?
I don't know, but apparently it is in the DOM.
We should figure out why they're able to like get away with that. Because it's a little weird to ask for that permission, especially compared to the other tools when they don't need it, you know?
Maybe they use it. Maybe their form is in a different place.
I don't know. But love to see this 86%. And yet, even though I don't love alternative ideas. Again, if the idea is this is good enough, when you give the user more
Yeah,
choice,
we fixed that. We'd stopped it doing that, saying you're done, and now that's
I
come back
would,
as well.
before I go too much further in this, I would test what did we build off of? Because our current live version doesn't make these mistakes, and I'm very confused of what happened. Because it's
Same here.
almost completely different. It's back to a state where it's not. Like this works now, by the way, pretty flawless, and the timing I checked is good. But interestingly enough, today I have a live stream scheduled. And that's still not getting pulled in properly. And it should be because like any scheduled content should be able to be fed. This is our, my channel audit stuff, right? And yet in extension and planner, there's no indication of it. And actually I'm noticing that I went live last Thursday. None of my streams are showing. You see that? And yet, oh no, how to improve your YouTube channel layout? It's weirdly put my stream that went live on the 8th on the 13th. See that? My
Yeah.
live stream went live on the 8th, but TubeSpanner said it went live on the 13th.
And that's something else we just be fixed and it become broken again.
Yep. So yeah, this seems to be a huge regression.
What's going on here? This is really frustrating.
So I'm gonna end the recording.
Yeah.